New player or longtime veteran? It doesn't even matter. Because these 5 legendary tips I'm going to give you is going to have you crushing this game before you even get halfway in chapter 1. See, Final Fantasy Tactics gives you everything you need in order to get off to a fast start and get overpowered early, if you know what to do. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Let's get legendary. If you want Ramza to be overpowered early, it literally starts before the opening cutscene with the sign you pick for Ramza. So you want to pick Capricorn for Ramza because ultimately the choice is going to help you make the most out of the game's hidden Zodiac compatibility mechanic, which influences damage, healing, spell success rates by as much as 50% in some cases. Recruit smarter, not harder. Your starting squad can make or break you early game. And the game secretly lets you recruit beasts day 1 if you know how to do it. First thing you want to do is you're going to go to the first town, then go to Warriors Guild, click recruit 4 people, 2 males, 2 females. You're not going to need no more because you're going to get unique characters throughout the game as well as recruit and catch monsters. Now, if they don't have specifically what you're looking for, just go out and then go right back into recruit, and then they'll get a whole new set of recruits. Now, what are we looking for? There's 2 very, very important things. First, brave and faith. We want 2 male characters that have at least over 65 brave. Now you can wait until you get 70. I just did over 65. And then we want 2 female characters over 65 faith. And same thing, you can do if you want 70, but I just did over 65. The next thing, which is also very, very important, is sign compatibility. So I'm going to use my Ramza as an example. I picked Capricorn. So for my male characters, my 2 male characters, I want over 65 brave, and I want Tauruses. So I want 2 male Tauruses over 65, and I'm going to keep going back and forth in here until I get that. And then for my female characters, it's going to be a different sign. For them, I want 2 Cancers, and they're going to be over 65 faith. So I'm going to be looking for 2 female characters that are Cancers over 65 faith. And again, you got go over 70 if you want, but that's your preference. Here's a really good compatibility chart in regards to the Zodiac signs if you need help or you couldn't find one. Now, I didn't create this chart. I got this from Game Rant and I thought it was really good, so I wanted to share it with you guys. They have a whole article there. I will include the link to that article in the video below. If you want to get off to a truly legendary start, then these skills right here are an absolute must early on in the game. Some of the most important skills in the game, and especially early on, is focus. This is a skill not only are you going to use while you're grinding, but throughout the game to hit harder. The next skill that is an absolute must for every character is JP Boost. This is going to allow you and increase the amount of JP you get per turn. The next one is Movement +1, which is a great skill to have early on every character just so you can move farther on the board. But as the game progresses, you'll get like Movement +2, +3, Teleport, many other different options. So not as important as the first. Now we're going to head over to the Chemist job, which is an S tier job in my opinion in this game, because it's gonna be your main healer throughout the game. And why I say that is when you heal with the White Mage, you have a cast time. When you try to heal with your Chemist, there's no cast time. So early on, you want to get High Potion. Aim for High Potion and then Phoenix down. The reason I say High Potion and not regular potion is the regular potion is going to get outdated very quickly. It's only going to give you 30 health, and that's not going to do much for you pretty early into the game. So aim for high potion. The next one should go on all your characters, and that's auto potion. What this is going to do is it's going to heal your characters without you having to waste a turn and heal them. And the trick with this is it's going to use the least or your lowest potion in stock. So just have your highest potion always in stock and nothing below that. So if it's high, use high. If it's X potions and that's your highest, just use X potions. Now remember, chemist is very, very important, and it will make your job easier to heal everybody. White mage is good. It's great, especially for AoE healing, but you have to deal with cast times. Chemist, there is no cast time. And if you get everybody the auto potion ability, you're not really going to have to use a white mage. The next ability or skill is very fun. I really enjoyed this one. It's one of my favorites. And we're going to go to the Aura Trader class, and that ability is called Entice. So basically, Entice allows you to turn any enemy unit or monster, and then if you win the battle, it'll give you the opportunity to recruit it, and it'll join your team. So basically, with this ability, now you have the opportunity to catch them all, like your Pokemon, but in Final Fantasy Tactics. It's a win-win. The monk class is absolutely incredible. It's legendary, S tier. It's every tier combined. It is amazing. It has unbelievable abilities from Shockwave to Ultra Blast, AoE attacks. But then it also gives you access to Chakra, which heals your teammates, and Revive, which can revive your teammates. And there's no charge time for any of those. So it's just unbelievable. You can't go wrong, especially early game, with any of the abilities in the monk class. Now we're going to head over to Ninja for this next ability. And in order to get to Ninja, this is the path that you have to take right here. If you don't know, you can look at it right here. All right, so we're going to go here. And in Ninja, you can basically throw anything, but we're more concerned with dual wield. Dual wield is absolutely OP. It allows you to hit twice with any weapon, and it is very, very powerful. And if you grind early, you'll be able to get it early in the game using the method I'm about to show you. Or if you get it throughout the game, it is absolutely must in late game and end game. The next abilities we're going to talk about is the Summoner, and I absolutely love the Summoner. It's my favorite class. If you do the grinding early on to get Summoner early game, you will absolutely break the game early. And I absolutely did that in chapter... You know what, y'all? I don't want to talk about it. But it's a fun class. I got so in my thoughts and in my feelings about what I did, I almost forgot. Summoner abilities basically give you AoE abilities throughout the whole board. The last ability we're going to talk about is in Time Mage. Now, there's a lot of great abilities in this game, but these are just ones I wanted to touch on. And in Time Mage, you have Swift Spell, which reduces your cast time, which is a great ability to get. And then Teleport. Teleport allows you to teleport anywhere on the battlefield. The only thing with Teleport is there is a chance you can fail it, and it's also very expensive at 3,000. But if you're willing to do all that grinding to get it, I definitely say go for it. What's up, heroes? Before we get into the last two tips, there's a couple announcements I wanted to share with you guys. The first one is we had our baby girl about 10 days ago. I'm super excited to be a girl dad. I'm also a boy dad. I just love the journey in itself, guys. It's such a beautiful thing. That's why it took me so long to get this video out, but I'm going to continue to get content out as soon as I can. And actually, my son is right behind me. He's saying hello, if you can hear him. He's recording with me just so I can continue to get content out there. It's just a beautiful thing. The next announcement, and I want to start off by saying thank you to each and every one of you guys. We are so close to 100 subscribers, and I'm just truly grateful, thankful for every single sub, like, comment, share, view that you guys have given this channel. It's absolutely a blessing, and we're going to continue to build this thing going forward, y'all. So I really appreciate it. With that being said, Final Fantasy Ivalice Chronicles. I look forward to taking a deep dive in this game. I never played the original, so this is my first time going through. So what I'd like you to do, whether you're a beginner or a veteran, comment below. Let me know if you're a beginner or a veteran, and leave a tip down there as far as which you would any advice or anything you came across that would help fellow players in the game. This tip right here can break, literally break the entire game if misused. But if used lightly, it can get you off to a legendary start. All right, the first thing we're going to do is go to Squire. And there's 2 skills we want to make sure every character in this battle has. The first one is Focus, which is going to allow you to increase your attack. But more importantly, it's going to give you an action to do every turn, which in Tice is going to increase your JP and your experience. See, in this game, as long as you do an action every turn, you increase your experience and your JP. The next skill we want to make sure everyone has is JP Boost. This is just going to increase the amount of JP you get every turn. And this is an absolute must. We talked about it a little bit earlier in tip 3, but you definitely want to have JP Boost on every character throughout the game. Now we're just going to go to a battle, and then we're going to talk about what to do. And then I'm just going to actually let it play, and I'll plug in some key notes throughout the process as it's playing. So the first thing you want to do is just select the characters you want to level up. Okay, for me, I just picked Ramza, 3 of the characters I wanted to level up, and one of the monsters I was able to get early on just to make the process faster so I can take these enemies out quicker. Okay, the first thing I would do is your strongest party member, I would let them go out and start attacking the enemies so you can start chomping away at the enemies till you got 1 left. And then everybody else, I would just use the focus ability so you can get that experience and the JP per turn, and all the enemies are going to actually approach you. Throughout the battle, you are gradually going to corner one of the enemies into like a box where you have one of your characters at the top, the bottom, the left, and the right. And then once they're boxed in, they can't move. Now, they will still be able to hit you, but if you have somebody that has potions, you could just heal that person and then just keep doing it and spamming the turns until you get to your desired level or JP amount. Now, if you have a party member who does not have focus, or you forgot to equip focus, and they're a mage or they have low attack, simply just attack one of your party members and you'll get the experience and the JP for the turn. And then if they get too low in health, just heal them. Okay, so now I'm just going to let this play through so you can see how I do it. And again, remember, each battle and every enemy is going to be different. But you want to get every enemy dead but one, and then you want to try to box them in. And in some cases, you're not even going to need 4 party members. Like in this battle, I believe I only needed 2, and I ended up being able to use the rocks and the wall to block them in, and you'll see that towards the end. But go ahead and check this out. Any questions, feel free to comment down below and I will reply back. Yes, target acquired. Man, this slippery joker keeps getting away from me. What the heck? Okay, you know what? We're gonna call an audible. Go to plan B here. We're gonna get rid of that dude, and we're gonna go to our next target right here. That's how we gonna do things. Yeah. Sometimes you got to call audibles, y'all. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. We finally got him backed into a corner. Ain't no way he getting out. It is time to do our thing and level up to our heart's desires, y'all. And y'all can do the same thing. What if I told you the strongest early game unit in tactics wasn't a human at all. What could it be? I'm gonna tell you right now. Let's get into it. All right, y'all. The unit I speak of is monsters. Yes, guys, you can catch monsters in Final Fantasy Tactics. This game literally has everything, y'all. Summons, monsters. All right, let's get into it. So I'm gonna show you guys how to catch monsters early game, but then I'm gonna show you a method that allows you to get rare monsters early game. As you can see in the clip before, we caught a chocobo, and now I'm going to show you how to do it. You just need to unlock this class right here and then get the ability Entice. That's all you need to catch monsters. Let's go catch them all, y'all. Now, just start a battle, and all you really have to do is take your character that has the ability Entice and just use it on the enemy unit or monster that you want to turn. Now, if you fail when you use it, one method you can do is you can actually just reload one of your autosaves and do it again until you're successful. Or you could continue to just play the battle out if you want to do it that way as well. Eventually, it will work. Okay, so once you're successful, you'll see red lettering saying traitor. And then they're going to join the battle. They're going to act on their own commands. And then after the battle's over, there'll be a screen with that enemy unit or monster, and it'll ask, do you want to recruit or don't recruit? And then once you recruit them, they're a part of your team. Now, for this particular example and how we're going to get the red chocobo, we first need to recruit a regular chocobo. Okay, we have our regular chocobo, and in the screen you can see I have a red and a black chocobo, and I'm going to show you how I did that, y'all. So with the once you have the regular chocobo in your team, you're just going to continue to walk from like the battlefields to the cities. And then the more you walk, eventually your monsters will lay eggs. And once they lay eggs, you'll be able to hatch the egg. And then eventually you'll hatch a black chocobo. When you have a black chocobo and a regular chocobo, it's going to then increase your odds to get a red chocobo. And then eventually you will get a red chocobo. And then when you have red, it's easier. Red, black, it's easier, etc. Now, this method also works for any of the monster families. So each monster family has 3 lineages. The third one is the rarest in this instance, which is the red chocobo. And it's the same thing for the greater Marlboro, which is the rarest Marlboro. And bad breath is an amazing attack, which the soonest you'll be able to get access to in early chapter 2. So in that example, all you need to do is get one of the monsters in any family, and then you can use this method until you get the rarest lineage or the one you want. Okay, we got a black chocobo, so it's just going to increase your odds of getting a red chocobo now. But again, once you get the red chocobo or the rarest monster in the family, it is then easier to continue to get the rarest monster in that family. And one thing I do want to point out though is you look at your team and your party members, that level of the monster that hatches from the eggs is going to be a random number from your highest member in the team to your lowest member in the team. So it's going to be a random number, so just keep that in mind. So as I'm doing this, and once I get the monsters I want, I usually will go through and either poach or just release the lower level monsters and a lot of the other monsters so it just doesn't get cluttered. All right, y'all, we're going to continue the process, continue to walk, continue to decline battles. And then we will eventually check and see what we got here. And there we go. We got a red chocobo. And there you have it, level 19. And again, guys, it's just a process. It will take some time at first, but eventually you will get it. And you will not be disappointed, guys. The red chocobo is one of the best monsters in the game. And you can get it early in the game, which makes it very, very OP. And that's what I call a legendary start right there, y'all. With the right sign, the right squad, the right skills, the JP trick, and a monster or two, you're already way stronger than the game expects you to be. In my next video, I'm going to show you some of my favorite job combinations that's going to help you become unstoppable in Final Fantasy Tactics Ivalice Chronicles. You can click right here for that video.